Welcome back to Chris Greenhill's Garage. I'm Chris.
And I'm Chris.
And it's cold. This sucks. Yesterday it was 70 degrees. It's sunny. Today it's sunny. Looks beautiful. 40 degrees. Windy. We're both sick. Amazingly enough, the world didn't stop when we got sick, and we have cars to fix. Good news. We have the two most boring cars on the planet to fix. Aren't you excited?
No.
We have Marshmallow, our, I don't know, it's a 2007 maybe, Ford Taurus, and even amazingly enough, more boring, we have a 2010 Nissan Versa that belongs to my daughter. And we get to work on those two things while sick in the wind. Yay, I'm sure this will be so much fun. How windy is it? Well, this car was covered in a tarp with a whole bunch of 5-pound weight plates holding it down. And I woke up this morning to find the tarp shoved under our garage door. Hey, cowboy. Which we leave open 6 inches for the cats to come in and out. That's how windy it is. Good times. This is my daughter's 2010 Nissan Versa. My daughter is not a car person. Oh, this is a different daughter, by the way, than has the Jeep thing over there. But she's not a car person. This is a conveyance and a conveyance only. She could not care less. So the problems today with the Versa, the door doesn't open from the outside. And this window, yeah, this window is just loose. She's duct taped it into place a couple times. It keeps falling down. So we're going to take 2 door panels off and see if we can fix that. Marshmallow, the Ford Taurus, has cylinder lean misfire condition. So we don't know what that's about, but we have to try to figure it out also. Crawl through the car and unlock the door, boy, or open the door, or whatever. The boy just pointed out that there are exactly 0 metal self-tapping screws in this door, which confuses us. We don't know how to get these things off. In fact, there are no screws of any kind holding anything on. I seriously have no idea how this door works. How do you get this thing apart? Oh my God, there are no screws anywhere. I'm gonna do absolutely no research on this and assume that this just pops into place. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just grab it and pull it, boy. It looks like the whole thing is one piece. Except now I've run into a problem and can't get the rest of it off. Good times. So it's clear the panel just pops into place, but the handles are attached to the door somehow. There are no screws. Obviously this has to come off somehow. We may have to do some research to keep from destroying things. It's the same issue on the rear door. It just kind of starts popping loose, but the middle of the middle handle and this are obviously attached somewhere. So we pop this piece off, just a small flathead screwdriver. Now we can get to the screws that actually hold the door on. Little plastic clips are going to break. There's nothing you can do about it, just the way it is. All right, door panel is off. Let's see if we can figure out, oh, great, sound insulations come loose. Let's see if we can figure out why the door handle broke. I found what is wrong with the front door. That little piece up there popped out. I'm having trouble zooming in on it right there. Just a little cable popped out of its housing, but I can't reach it to fix it. It is pretty hard to get up in there to it. We have the back door apart now, and yeah, this less than ideal. Let's see if we can figure out what has let go that's supposed to be holding this up. Oh, there's something. What are you attached to? I can't see what this is supposed to attach to. Pretty sure this clip is supposed to be over there and supposed to be attached to something holding it in. You can just slide it back and forth, but I don't see anything to attach it to. Move the window up and down, buddy. The motor. What's moving? Where is anything moving? I don't see anything moving. The motor works, but weird. We sort of have this figured out. We found the thing that the window is supposed to ride in down here. And the tab that holds it snapped off. So we got to figure that out. So we have that reattached. We have this back in it. Move the window up and down. Now the window's going up and down again, but oh, yep, it just popped out. Without this metal clip, we can't get the window, the motor actuator, the lever to stay in the window. We're gonna have to see if we can find another one of those clips. So this is what I need. This is broken in half. This is the retainer clip for this piece. If I can wedge this out of here, I might be able to glue it back together. If this would bend just a little bit, this could just sit in here, but it's kind of warped. It'll actually go up and down about three quarters of the way till it pops out. It gets down here, and then it completely pops itself out of place. It's frustrating. Finally got the broken clip out. It is a huge pain. You're gonna have to pull this bolt. You have to bend these little rails up just a little, and you have to hammer it over this little retaining tab. But we got it out. I'm gonna see if I can source a new one. If I can't source a new one here locally, then I'm gonna try to glue this one back together and reinstall it. I don't know that I can zoom in on this, but you see that little ball? That little ball is supposed to be up there inside that little mount, and it's popped out. So I gotta figure out how to stretch this cable a little bit and get that to pop back up in there, unless it's broken. It's very possible that that piece may be snapped off and this isn't going to work, and I'll need a new door handle. I don't know. Pull the door handle a little. See, that ball is supposed to be in that little groove, but it does look like there's a piece missing. So we got the entire door handle assembly off. Some pieces broke. This thing's dry rotted. It's 16 years old now. This is the piece that's broken, and it is broken. The cable sits in this bucket right here that's snapped off, so the cable's not going to go back on this. So we have to order a whole new door lock assembly and hope we can get one from Dorman or something. We are going to drive the newly painted or recently painted piece of Stang down to the parts store to get stuff. But the ignition switch sort of kind of isn't working, so the machine spirit is angry, so we must go through the ritual to get it started. Start it up, boy. All right, there we go. Time to go. I have not driven a piece of Stang in a very long time. We're having some electrical gremlin issues. We're never able to get to it to fix it because someone is always breaking a car in our family. So let's go see how she drives. Not able to find any of the parts we need. We can't find one of these aftermarket at all, not even Dorman. I may have to order one off eBay. Nissan doesn't carry them anymore apparently. And these I can't even find a part number for anywhere. Found some aftermarket metal ones I'll have to order online, but really frustrating. So for this weekend, we're just gonna have to put these doors, we have to tape the window back up and just close that door, and then just this side of the car won't be usable till we get those parts in. We have moved on to an oil change. My daughter's overdue for an oil change. And we're gonna get her out here and have her learn how to do this. So we just discovered, my daughter is telling me there's a vibration in the car. The torque mount is completely ripped off this thing. So I've got one of those ordered. I have to go back to the parts store here in a little bit to replace that here in a little while. That's not a good sign. My daughter has a window regulator going out in her Versa. And apparently she's out of gas. Let me go test drive this Nissan Versa. and see if that torque strut is the vibration my daughter was talking about. Pretty sure it is. She's saying it's been making some weird noises. Yeah, if you're driving, listen to this. Come to a stop, everything starts vibrating. Pretty sure that's that torque strut mount. Ooh, we got the door panels off, so the doors are vibrating like crazy. It's a Nissan Versa. It's a little bit windier in here without the door panels on, but it's doing Versa things, which means it goes from point A to point B at about the speed of smell or something. When you move this thing into any gear, the whole thing starts rattling and shaking and vibrating like that. That's the engine actually hitting the firewall because that mount is broken. I'm back with the new motor mount. I'm hoping I can just knock this out with a wrench real quick in about the next 15 minutes. Junior had an appointment he had to go to, and I have to get to work in a minute. So I'm hoping I don't have to leave this for tomorrow. Alrighty, looks like this is gonna happen with a hand wrench. I didn't even have to fire up the air compressor and get the big gun out. Here's the old mount. You can see it's just broken apart. It is welding scrap now. New mount's about to go in. To get this motor mount in, you kind of have to put this one in first, a little loose. Then you have to come out here and you have to start this out away from the engine, spaced out, get the bolt to thread, and then you just have to thread it back in because nothing really lines up until you start threading it back together. That was a 5-minute job. That was nice. Now let's see if it works. All right, so from park, put in reverse. No knocking, clunking, vibrating sound. Drive. Nope, the engine's no longer hitting the firewall. All right, I think that problem is solved. Yep, all better. Underneath the 2010 Nissan Versa, and the engine's so small and tiny and cute, I thought this was an oil, the transmission pan drain, but it's not. This is the oil drain. This is the oil pan for the entire engine. It's so tiny. It's the next day. We slept in a little. It's still cold.
I do not sleep in a little.
Shut up, boy. I slept in because I still feel like crap. I've ordered the parts for the Nissan. The window slider is only an aftermarket part, a reproduction. And the door handle is only new old stock. They don't make an aftermarket one. So when the factory ones run out, we're in trouble. But anyway, we are done with the Versa. Time for Marshmallow, the Ford Taurus. So for Marshmallow, the Ford Taurus, we already have a new coil. We've got multiple cylinder misfires for a lean condition. Off camera, a few days ago, I sprayed for a vacuum leak, and I think we have a vacuum leak in here somewhere. You spray carburetor cleaner, the idle accelerates. If you spray water, the idle goes down, indicating a vacuum leak. We're going to pull the upper intake and throttle body, check it out. While we're at it, we're going to change out spark plugs and spark plug wires. We're going to start just disassembling the upper intake. We're going to check for cracks and breaks and missing vacuum hoses and things of that nature as we go. I don't think it's the lower intake. It all happened while spraying the upper intake. But the codes we're getting are multiple cylinder misfires in a lean condition. It looks like we're going to take the upper intake off separately. We're going to pull the throttle body off separately and leave that assembly just sitting here. I think that's what's going to work best for us. Finally got the upper intake manifold off. As with all modern engineered cars, an engineer designed this as stupidly as humanly possible. 10 times more bolts than needed. All the bolts are hidden under other objects. We finally got it apart. Now we're going to move on to the spark plugs. I don't know that this upper intake was leaking, but there are definitely a couple of places where it looks like it could be sucking in vacuum. But the whole thing is so cheaply put together and so poorly engineered. I mean, it could be leaking almost anywhere. virtually impossible to tell. I don't know where our vacuum leak is, but this upper intake manifold looked like it was about as airtight as a Lego set. Oh, no disrespect to Legos. It's kind of mean to compare you to something an automotive engineer made, but I'm taking black RTV and just running it across all these cracks. Some of these gaps are huge on this thing. And I'm just wondering if this thing is warped and maybe it started leaking a little. Oh, well, I don't know if that's the cause, but I'm going to try it anyway. Junior's pulling the spark plugs. You know what? That's staying in the video. I turned it off. I was like, no, I'll edit that out. Him dropping the spark plug wrench. It stays. Good job, boy. Anyway, we are pulling the spark plugs, and they don't look like they've ever been changed. And did you drop this on the ground, Chris?
No.
No? It just came out of the engine that way? Oh my God. That's horrible. Even worse is the zoom on this camera. But this is terrible. Ooh, we're burning some oil. There's oil in the combustion chamber for sure, but these plugs have never been out. This intake has never been off. So this was much needed. Shockingly enough, the front 3 spark plug wires all look like they're intact and functioning. I'm surprised they're not broken off. None of them are broken off on the plugs. All 3 of the front spark plugs are just completely trashed. Here's a brand new one for comparison. Chris is having all the fun with the back spark plugs, aren't you, boy?
No.
Plugs and wires are in. It's time to start putting the upper intake back on. Fun. Well, this isn't good. We don't know where this was hooked up or where it came from or where it's supposed to go, but it's got 2 broken tabs off it, and they look like they might be vacuum related. But we don't have any vacuum hoses anywhere just hanging out. We don't know where this came from. We don't know where it goes. We don't know anything about it. It was just sitting here and we didn't notice it. It mounted onto something, but we didn't hear anything break. And we don't have any missing vacuum hoses just hanging out. It's not a good thing. After much searching, we've found what's probably our biggest problem. So this is the EGR gas feedback recycling thingamabobber pressure sensor. These 2 things are snapped off. These 2 things are snapped off, and that's where they go. So we've got to get new hoses, go buy some new hoses, and go buy a new one of these. It looks like they're 75 bucks. To the parts store again, in a car we actually like. We're back. We got a new exhaust gasket pressure valve thingy, whatever. And we got the vacuum hoses. Need 2 feet each of 5/16 and 3/8. So we're gonna start putting this dang car back together. It's finally time to try to put the intake on again. We have it 99% back together. Probably only took half an hour to get it back together. The only thing we don't have properly mounted is the new valve thing. We have no idea where it mounts. Can't find anywhere that these 2 bolts would fit. They don't go in any of our brackets or any of our studs. So we're just gonna plug it in, and then we're just gonna kind of leave it laying up here because it was just hanging flop down the back of the engine. So we're gonna hope that's good enough. Let's see how many new misfires and vacuum leaks we have now that it's back together. Fire it up, boy. It almost seems to run. It almost sounds normal. Still have a check engine light, but the engine is running smoothly. It accelerates. The vehicle isn't shaking. Now for the real test. Here recently, if you shifted it from park to drive, it would stall. No, did not stall. Did not stall. Did not stall. So it is better. Now we gotta go test drive it. Still have a check engine light though for some reason. 0171, 0174. These are all the same codes. These are all just cylinder misfire codes. And then it's all them all over again. Weird. Well, never mind. We had all our old codes in it. I reset this thing. I erased it, cleared it, rescanned it. Now I'm getting 0 codes. Read 0, and the check engine light turned off. All right. All right, well, we're out driving at 60 miles an hour. No engine lights, it's running great. We do have a broken torque mount or motor mount or anything or whatever, just like on the Versa. Little bit of engine vibration at low RPM. You can feel it kind of torquing itself, but we're going 60 and shifting normally. It doesn't die when you put it back into drive. We are the speed, boy.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Marshmallow's back. Here's a demonstration of that engine mount. Watch the steering wheel. I don't know if you can see that, but it's under 1500 RPMs. The whole car shakes really bad. You can feel the engine hitting the firewall and stuff. Now we found the problem with vibration. This engine mount's completely broken, just like it was in the Nissan Versa. You give it a little bit of gas and it just shakes and shudders back and forth. We went down to the parts store and we ordered a new upper strut mount, and suddenly we have a new check engine light. Let's see what this thing is.
Can I start taking bets on what it's gonna be?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to lose money. What is your bet?
I'm gonna bet engine misfire and I'm gonna win big.
No, you're not going to win big. It is an engine misfire. You're not going to win big because I'm not betting anything. But let's see what this is. 8 codes. Seriously? Is this a joke? They're all the same codes that just went away. But it's running fine. So annoying. Ugh. And that's why I didn't bet. That was a sucker's bet. All the same codes are back after all that work we just did. Awesome. But I mean, it's running and driving and accelerating and doing the things, but whatever, don't care anymore. A recap so far. We failed to fix the Versa window. Failed to fix the Versa inside door handle. Failed to fix the cylinder misfires on this thing. The multiple misfires. The 8. Hey, we're down from 12 codes to 8 though. Winning.
Oh yeah.
But it does run and drive and shift and do all the things. But yeah, it's kind of defeating, isn't it? To do all this work and nothing actually gets fixed.
Especially after we already admitted surrender and sent the Jeep to a shop.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, by the way, if you're wondering where this falls in the Green Hill Cinematic Universe timeline, the Jeep has just come back from its massive repair bill at the shop that we couldn't fix. So, last week? A week ago? Yeah, anyway, it's mid-January 2026. Junior, I'll be at work tomorrow. Junior is going to pick up the strut mount and change it out for us. And we're just going to take the L on this whole misfire thing. And you're going to go back to driving this thing till we can fix the Mustang. And we're just going to hope for the best. We're going to declare victory. Despite losing. We lost almost everything. But we're going to declare victory anyway. Huzzah!
Huzzah! I'm just saying.
Say that again.
I said that the car's hood is kind of shaped like a white flag.
Just by being in Marshmallow, we're waving the white flag of surrender.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. We're done. We're not going to bore you with the motor strut mount thingy. It's 2 bolts. It'll be done in 10 minutes once it comes in, but appreciate you watching. Bye. Future Chris here. We actually did go back and record all of that as a comedy of errors. We got the wrong part a couple of times for the strut brace. You could have watched me go through and struggle to record myself fixing that window slider. Huge ordeal. The window handle or the door handle, all that stuff. It was quite funny. I accidentally deleted all that video. I actually deleted all of this, but this stuff that you're seeing here was backed up to the cloud. The rest of it is gone forever. So Anyway, that really is it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.